All right. We are here. We're ready. Game two. KT took the first game 3-2. We'll see what happens here. Im Chang-gyu on the mound for LG had a pretty good season this year, 3.83 ERA, but the offense was up, so his ERA was up a little bit. The first pitch in there, and a strike to Kim Min-hyuk. And he grounds the next one to Austin. Austin grabs it, takes it himself, and one away already. So again, KT won the play-in game. Thank you. KT won the play-in game on Monday. Then on Tuesday, they won the game against Doosan. Pitched extremely well against Doosan. And then, sorry, I had that backwards. Tuesday, they won the play-in game. On Wednesday, they win the game against Doosan. Then on Thursday, they won the game against Doosan. Friday, off day, travel all the way to the exact same spot they were, as Rojas stands in, fakes the bunts, but it's a strike anyway. Then yesterday, they come away with a 3-2 victory over LG because of a early second inning 2-run shot by Moon Sang-cho with Kang Bae-ko, who led off the inning with a single. LG did what they've been doing all season. At the end of the game, tried to steal a base, got thrown out, and that ended the game. So that's the basics of where we're at. It's 1-1 right now to Rojas, and swing and a miss 0-2. Yesterday, Rojas 0-2 with 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. So they're obviously going to need something from him or Jung Sang-woo, who is on deck. Jung Sang-woo has not hit well the entire series. So we'll see exactly what happens there. For LG, the bottom of the lineup has got to do something. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 hits yesterday. And the 1-2 sets up way outside, and it's 2-2. Send out a test real quick. Make sure that the chat is working. All right. The 2-2 pitch to Rojas, and that's low, ball 3, and we've got our first full count of the day. And I do have Hanwha music, so sometimes I'll be playing some Hanwha music for such instances like this beautiful full count. And the 3-2, that's going to be chopped. Austin fields that one, and 2 away. Quickly, 2 away is Austin is already made 2 outs on the day. Jung Sang-woo steps in 0-3 yesterday with 3 strikeouts, but nobody cares because he made the play, the best throw he has made in his entire life as a catcher, to catch Kim Dae-won to end the game at second, and it wasn't particularly close. A beautifully placed ball right in front of the bag. And the first pitch is inside, 1-0. Im Chang-gyu against KT on the season, he was perfect. Well, as perfect as you can be. 4 games, 3-0, 2.44 ERA against KT, as that's chopped foul, 1-1. So last year, he pitched much better record-wise. This year, obviously the ERA was up a little bit, but the offense was up all year for every single pitcher, as that's a ugly looking swing and a miss, and that's 1-2. Just drops right out. Okay. And the 1-2 in the other batter's box, 2-2. Im Chang-gyu, mainly 4 pitches, throws his fastball most of the time, 36.9% of the time at 140 kilometers an hour. Then change up off of that. Change up 127 kilometers. Curveball 110, and that's the curveball, but it just misses. And another 3-2 pitch. running these counts up again. LG's bullpen not nearly as good as KT's bullpen. They did pitch well yesterday, but yeah, not nearly as good as KT's bullpen. So if they can get into the LG bullpen, that's going to be a single through the left side, and the no-hitter's over, the perfect game is over, and we've got our first base runner. With a full count, single right through the hole on the left side. And luckily he was able to remember how to get to first base, as he has not hit well all through this postseason. Doesn't have to go out in between the lines very often, as he is the catcher. All right, Kang Bae-ko steps in. He was 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 singles, scored a run on the Moon Sang-cho homer, and looks at strike 1 on the outside. Kang Bae-ko this postseason, a mere 545. Hit extremely well in the Doosan series, 500 yesterday, and it chops that one foul, 0-2. Did have a strikeout yesterday. I think it's going to be a much higher scoring game than yesterday. So LG can score more runs. They are a better offensive team, as that is fouled away. You just have straight up Twins to win. And they're going to go upstairs. The 0-2 pitch once again. And that's lined right back at the pitcher. He knocks it down, tosses to first. And that'll end the first inning. They get a single, but nothing with it. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. I'll stay here with you guys. And no need to flip around or anything. All right. So, lineup exactly the same for LG, no changes whatsoever. KT did have a couple changes in the lineup, but didn't actually get to any of it. Hong Chang-gi starting off, Shin Min-jae yesterday 2 for 3, with, a double and a walk. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't remember exactly. Austin, 1 for 4 yesterday. He did have that RBI single at the beginning. Also had a important sacrifice fly to right that's moved Hong Chang-gi over to third, which allowed him to come home on the error on Jang Sang-woo. So Austin doing what he's been doing. The big thing is the 6 through 9. Kim Hyun-soo 0 for 4. Park Dong-won 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Park Hae-min 0 for 3. Moon Sung-ju 0 for 3. 0 for 13 out of the bottom 4 in your lineup is not a beautiful thing, no matter who you are. Sang-baek is on the mound for KT. 29 games, 156.2 innings, 13-10 on the season. He has pitched in 2 games against LG this season. He won the first game, but lost the second one. His ERA shows an 8. But part of that, and I talked about it in the description to this video, they sent him back out, and he ended up throwing 114 pitches in the game. And what happened was, they just started hitting him hard after the 6th. And it's difficult for these pitchers to go back out after the 6th because they have a really long 3, 4, 5 minutes break in between, plus however long the other inning, the other half of the inning before went, because of the 5th inning break. So I expect a pretty similar pitching matchup as yesterday. So it's all going to be, welcome Mary Kate. It's all going to be whether or not LG can score once they get runners on. Yesterday, not good with runners on base, not good with runners in scoring position specifically. And it all starts with this guy. Yesterday, Hong Chang-gi, 1 for 4, did have a double, though, and a run score. The one time he did get on, he scored. All right. So Hong Chang-gi leads things off as a first pitch is a changeup. I thought it was going to be, I thought it would be fine. I didn't really check the weather because I know here in Daejeon it's not doing much. Om Sang-baek leads with his changeup. Changeup 36% of the time, 129 is that's one misses outside, 1-1. These side armors really all throw changeup four seam. That's their go-to. And he's so Go Young Pyo is more of a what we would call a submariner. Om Sang-baek is a side armor. They classify them together as the same thing in Korean baseball as under armors because they're under the 50% or the half. Would you call it a half slot? Because you got a full and a 3/4, and that's now 3-1. Hong Chang-gi on base at a 430 clip. 430 for his career. That is what you call a leadoff hitter. Is that catches the inside corner, and it's a 3-2. First batter, first full count. Om Sang-baek does throw a fastball a little bit faster than most side armors. He throws it 143. Most side armors are. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Most side armors are going to throw about 130 to 135. He does throw quite hard for a side armor at 143 as Hong Chang-gi grounds that to the first baseman and one away. Both leadoff batters grounded to the first baseman and one away. All right, stepping in is Shinmin Jae. He was 2 for 3 yesterday with a double and looks at ball one. All right, the 1-0, and that's going to be a chopper. Second baseman grabs it, throws in time. As he has plenty of speed, but just past Om Sang-baek's glove as he tried to make the play, but Kim Sang-soo, who is playing today instead of Ii-Yoon-suk, or Oh-Yoon-suk, is rushing in on that, grabs it, quickly gets rid of it in time to get him at first, and 2 away. Next up is gonna be Austin. Oh, we got music for Austin. We've got music for Austin. And that's first pitch popped up behind home plates and 0-1. Austin. And misses there at the bottom of the zone. It's 1-1. The angriest manager in the history of the KBO. In the LG dugouts, they have a staring contest, and neither manager has ever won. because they don't stop. All right, pitch number 12 of this inning. A 1-2 pitch coming up to Mr. Austin Dean in his second season in the KBO. And that is crushed. Foul. Very, very similar to yesterday. Yesterday, he had a massive, would have been a go-ahead home run, but just went foul. And today, Song Baek just dished one up the exact same. Another one that would have put LG ahead, and it's foul. Song Baek has given up 26 homers on the season, so he does give up quite a few. As the broadcast, who knows what's going on, as there we go, as the second baseman is under it. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Song Baek. We'll go to the second inning. It's 0-0. The broadcast kind of twitched out there, and I wasn't exactly sure what was going on. But, it's alright. It's okay. We're all here. Quick 13 pitches there. Im Jang-gyu, 18 pitches in his first inning. We'll see what happens next. It's crazy. Like, looking at the radar, it looks like Seoul is just getting hammered with rain, but it doesn't look like it's raining at all. It looks like it's perfectly clear. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, here we go. Moon Song Cho will step in. He had the big 2-run shot yesterday, and looks, it's ball one. Umpire, make sure that Moon Song Cho understands that he has a violation that doesn't mean anything. And that's chopped foul. Oh, ball boy with the big error. That is the. It looks like they changed ball boys. That's a right-hander. Yesterday's ball boy was a lefty. He was making a lot of backhanded stops. As that's 2-1 now. As that one just missed outside. Park Dong-won sets back up on the outside. They go back out there, but it's still not a strikeout there. All right, the 3-1 pitch lifted to foul. Another full count. This is the third full count already for Im Jang-gyu. Just making up stuff. All right, and welcome, Sparkle. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that's the first strikeout of the day. Nice change up there. All right, Kim Sang-soo getting his first start of the playoffs, and looks at ball one. Oh Yoon-suk is not starting today. On the season, 276 for the second baseman, 102 hits, 4 homers, and it does look like there's some rain falling down out there as he looks at strike one. So yeah, looking at the broadcast, it doesn't look like much, but when they zoom in on some of the players, you can see a few raindrops here and there as he waits on that, but pops it up. Austin under it, and 2 away. Third play already for Austin, not counting the groundouts that get thrown to him. Hopefully this game does not get canceled. It may go into a delay. Everybody loves a good rain delay in the postseason. And Bae Jung-dae steps in. Bae Jung-dae has moved up in the lineup to the number 7 spot because Wong Jae-gyun is 0 for 9 in the playoffs with 2 strikeouts and a caught stealing yesterday. So Bae Jung-dae moves up in the lineup, looks at ball one there. Bae Jung-dae yesterday 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a double, 455 on this postseason so far. So got to move him around in the lineup no matter how old the guy is. And just misses down at the bottom of the zone. KT, despite the fact that they are, 3-0 in this postseason, their offense really hasn't been very good. Again, misses low there. They just really haven't been able to come up with the big hits to really open it up. They only have a couple. Yesterday they had the home run and the 2 doubles as that catches the outside corner and another full count. They did have the 2 doubles and the home run yesterday. They had the triple, which was kind of a sketchy triple as a poor play in the right field. It probably should have stayed as a double, but even though they're having these, they're not scoring a lot of runs. So a little shake up in the lineup as he swings and fouls. That's one back and out of play. Stays 3-2. All right, the 3-2 pitch. And fouled away. Stays 3-2. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that, if you think about the end of the season, you got so many guys, so you're trying to get a bunch of guys time, and offense isn't nearly as good, but that's going to be a single in front of the left fielder, and another 2-out hits for the KT Wiz. Another full count single as the first inning, ground out to Austin, a ground out to Austin with a full count, and then a single on a full count. This inning, a strikeout on a full count, a pop-up to Austin, and now a single with a full count. Will we get a 1-3 ground out to end this inning? And checks over on Bae Jung-dae. He slides back in to readjust his oven mitts as one of them has started to come off. For the postseason, does have a walk, but he was also thrown out trying to steal when he finally got on base. And it wasn't even a walk, it was a hit by pitch. As they check over on Bae Jung Dae once again. KT doesn't run very often. Bae Jung Dae is one of the guys that will attempt a stolen base here or there or everywhere, but he's not very successful. As he goes there, and that's an easy steal, and then it rolls into center field, and he's going to have himself a stolen base, and then an error on Park Dong-won, and instead of first, they've now got a runner on third with 2 outs. Park Dong-won is not a good defender back behind the plates. Him and Jang Sang-woo are both really bad at throwing guys out. Shin-min Jae, that should be an error on him as he just lifted his glove up. As that's going to be a single through, and KT takes an early 1-0 lead as that error comes back to be huge. Instead of a runners on first and third, they've got a 1-0 lead as Wang Jae-gyun finally comes up with his first hit, and it couldn't be a bigger one. As KT once again takes the lead in the second inning. Yesterday, the big second inning 2-run homer. Today, the error on the stolen base and a single. Now, KT's got themselves a 1-0 lead. Shimu Jun steps in now. He had an RBI double yesterday, 1 for 3. Doesn't fake the bunt. He actually tried to bunt, and that's trying to bunt his way on, move Wang Jae-gyun over to second base to get this lineup flip back over to the top, but misses, and it's 0-1. And looks at strike 2 on the inside. All right, the 0-2 pitch just gets a piece of ball 1, stays 0-2. Wang Jae-gyun is trying to figure out how to put on the oven mitts. He doesn't remember because it's been so long since he's been on base. And it's the 0-2 counts. And yesterday he was on base, but didn't last long as he was thrown out trying to steal. And the 0-2 pitch, that's lined right at the third baseman. And 3 away, but not before KT gets on the board. They're up 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Big, huge, costly error. Got everything crossed up here. There we go. Now we're all set. Another runner left on base. They've left 2 on base already through 2 innings, KT, but they do get the 1 big RBI single that's will put them ahead now. In the Doosan game, they went ahead 4-0. Then they ended up winning the second game 1-0. Yesterday went up in the second inning, and today they go up in the second inning once again. They have yet to trail in this postseason. All right, Moonbo Gyung will lead things off in the bottom of the second for LG. Just got the little soft liner from Shimujun, and the first pitch lifted up into the air. Rojas going, giving chase, but it's a souvenir, and it's 0-1. Yesterday, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. And way out of the zone, 1-1. Moon treasure. Moon treasure. That's cute. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Moonbo Gyung misses again. That's a 2-1. 142 on the fastball, way out of the zone. Om Sang-baek, 13 pitches in the first inning. And the 2-1, that's in there for a strike, a 2-2. Om Sang-baek leads with the changeup. I talked about that. Second pitch he throws is the fastball, 35%. So about 71, 72% from changeup fastball. Then mixes the slider as that misses way outside, and leads off another inning with a full count. And then a cutter also. He throws 12% of the time. So about 70% change-up fastball is going to be ball 4. And they've got their first base runner, ladies and gentlemen. They've got their first base runner. That's going to bring up OG Wan. Yesterday, 1 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base. He had the walk at the end of the game that led to Kim Dae-won taking over on the base pass, who was then thrown out trying to steal seconds, and just like that, the game was over. Ojiwan definitely can put KT or LG up in this game, as they're going to take a little quick visit to the mound, as Om Sang-baek has struggled with command so far. He is not doing well here in the second inning. He's thrown 20 pitches now, 10 of those of the strike variety, which, if you're counting at home, means 10 of them have not been strikes. All right, the 1-0 pitch to OG Wan. That's fouled off of some catcher's equipment. It's 1-1. Yeah, I would love to see a super huge, high-scoring game. It would be fantastic, honestly. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. For those of you wondering at home, does OG1 hit into a lot of ground balls? Well, the answer to that is just a click away. He has hit into 8 double plays on the season. And the 1-2 pitch just catches the bottom of the zone. And he stares at it. All right, well, here comes the next one. Kim Hyun-soo, he looks at ball one. Kim Hyun-soo, 0 for 4 yesterday, 2 groundouts, 2 flyouts. And that's outside, 2-0. And pops that one up. First baseman under it. Shortstop over and grabs it. Looks like he had a couple words, but that's 2 away. A leadoff walk, and it's now 2 outs. 2 pop-ups so far, and a groundouts, or 2 groundouts. Park Dong-won steps in over 3 yesterday with 2 strikeouts. He is the owner of the error that's allowed the run to score for KT. Both catchers have already had throwing errors in this series, as the rain looks like it's picking up a little bit in Seoul. We'll see how long they go before they decide to take a little break. Did he go? Way outside, but it almost looked like he offered at it. No appeal. Looking at the radar, as that's misses way outside, and it's 3-0. Looking at the radar, it does really not look like it's gonna let up for a while. They may get a few innings in before they have to pause the game, but it doesn't look like it's real bad, so that's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. It's green. Those of you that are weather underground users, green is light rain. Got a little dark green coming in, but they'll probably just keep playing. And the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be a chopper right back to the pitcher. Grabs it, tosses, and 3 away. We'll go to the 3rd inning already. 1-0 KT. Leadoff runner on base with a walk, and 0 for 3 goes the LG Twins. They will have the top of the lineup coming up for the KT Wiz. Kim Min Hyuk. Whoa. All right, so we're back. Im Jong-gyu, 23 pitches in that last inning, 41 now for the game. Is the rain is starting to come down a little bit more. Don't worry, they've got their umbrellas at the baseball stadium, their ponchos. Nothing is going to keep the KBO fans down. Kim Min-hyuk, first pitch, swinging and fouls. That's one. Check the ball boy, makes the scoop. He's even got a throwing sleeve on. Ladies and gentlemen, the first base ball boy is ready for this game. Never seen a ball boy with a throwing sleeve on. All right, the 0-1, that is weighted on that and just deposited into right field. And another hit for KT. They knew what was coming. He was just waiting on that curveball. Da, da, da. He knew it was coming. 98 kilometers on that. That was batting practice right there. And they've got runner on first, leadoff runner on base. Rojas will step in now. 0-for-1, grounded out to Austin Dean over at first. And looks at strike one, 0-1. We got Rojas music. Vamos, Rojas. 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 What a song. All right, the one swing. And it's 0-2. Sorry, I was reading a different stats. This season, in his career, 174 against Im Jong-gyu. 4 hits, 23 at-bats, 1 RBI, and that came on a solo shot. They're going to go upstairs to him, and he misses 1-2. Very, very common theme in the league here against Rojas is he is gonna swing and miss at the high fastball. It just missed on the inside, didn't miss by much. And the 1-2 pitch says put it in the ground, but he's not slapping the ground. This is something I talked about in the KT Doosan game. Rojas was up to bat, and Kim Gi-yeon was pounding on the ground. Rojas could easily hear that. Pak Dong-won is just kind of tapping the ground, but he lays off of it, and it's 2-2. The KBO, I do not know, I cannot understand why in the world the KBO catchers feel the need to hit the ground when they want the pitcher to throw it low. As he chops that over Austin's head, and that's going to be runners over first and third. Is Kim Min-hyuk is kind of pulls up, but I don't. He looks like he was limping, but I don't know if he always runs like that. But Rojas with the chopper over Austin, as that went right into actually hit the line of the batter's box. and then bounced way up in the air over Austin's head and then rolls into third base, or rolls into right field. And they've got runners on the corner now with nobody out. LG's manager still in a staring contest with himself. That's going to bring up Jong Song-woo. Jong Song-woo has not hit well. 0 for 3 yesterday with 3 strikeouts, but he does have a single already today. Big, big setup here. And that's a strike on the inside, 0-1. All right, the 0-1 pitch coming up. 49 pitches so far. Pitch number 50, pitch number 9 of this inning already. And he pops it up, but it's foul. 0-2. He has had plenty of opportunities so far in this postseason for some RBIs. He did lead off the did have a single in the first game where you know, in the first inning against Kwok Bin, he had an RBI single, but everybody had an RBI single in that game in the first inning. And here comes the pitch, the 0-2, swing and a miss, and he goes down just like that. He is now a simple little double play away from getting out of this inning. Once again, KT runners in scoring position, runners right there, 90 feet away, and they are unable to get a hit. So again, they were 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position in the game against Doosan yesterday. They were 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. As Kang Bae-ko lifts that one left field. He's going to tag. He's going to come home. The throw home nowhere near in time. And they will take a 2-0 lead. Not a 3-0. I have to change that. Don't worry. I'll change it. Finally coming through with a little bit of a... not a hit, but they'll take a sacrifice fly any day. As now the 2-0 lead. LG, they've given up 2 runs so far in the entire postseason, and that was the 2 runs that they gave up to LG yesterday. So they have to feel pretty confident right now. Moon Sang-chul steps in, a swing and a miss on that curveball, and it's 0-1. Moon Sang-chul struck out in his first at-bats. The big 2-run shot yesterday in the second inning. Just hits in the last inning, ladies and gentlemen. 2 straight innings, and your number 4 hitters coming up. And the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. All right, the 1-1, 2 outs, runner on first is Rojas, and a swing and a miss there, 1-2. Nice little change up there, had him way, way out in front. All right. right, the 1-2 pitch number 56 of this game for Im Chang-gyu, and that's another swing and a miss. Second strikeout on the day for Moon Sang-chul. Third strikeout for Im Chang-gyu, and we will go to the bottom of the third, but KT's up 2-0. Not 3-0. I don't know why it says that. There we go. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I'm so used to Hanwha being away that anytime we go to the top of an inning, I always hit the same buttons. There we go. We're all set now. Or whenever we come back. Im Chang-gyu, 15 pitches that inning, 56, leaves another one on. They've left one runner on base all 3 innings so far for KT, but they've scored 2, and I guess that's kind of what matters. All right, bottom of the third here. Gonna be Park Hae-min leading things off for the LG Twins. Park Hae-min, 0 for 3 yesterday. First at bat for the day. And the first pitch is outside, ball 1, 1-0, and the umpire makes sure that once again the pitcher knows that he created or he has an infraction that means absolutely nothing. And that one, though, is right down the middle, 1-1. 129 on the gun with his little changeup. All right, the 1-1 pitch fouled away, 1-2. Hong Sang-baek probably following pretty close to the same game plan as yesterday's starter, Go Young-pyo. Go Young-pyo with a ton of ground outs. Today, he's gotten 3 ground outs and 2 infield flies, as that one is popped up and just out of play. Stays 1-2. I believe I said something about that in my description. Lots of ground balls. Anything that is into the air in the outfield has a chance to be a souvenir, though. And the 1-2 pitch right back at the catcher or pitcher. He grabs it, throws, not in time. And they will have their first hit. It'll go down as a single. It'll be off the pitcher, and then the shortstop wasn't able to get it. And they've got the leadoff runner on again for the second straight time. He doesn't hit that with his glove, and it's probably is gonna be an out. But Park Hae-min, a left-hander, and a fast left-hander at that. Not really much of a chance, as he was already a couple steps past the bag by the time the ball got there. Moon Sang-gyu steps in, looks at ball 1, and once again the umpire makes sure that the pitcher knows nothing. Moon Sang-gyu yesterday 0 for 3. Again, that's the first hits from the 6 through 9 spots in this LG lineup. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. They've got to be able to turn some double plays once they get these ground balls. That is going to be the key to the KT defense. They're going to get a ton of ground balls with the two pitchers from the first game and this game, as that is lined right into the outfield. And now they've got 2 runners on, first and second, nobody out. And here comes the LG offense. Rain is coming down. Fall baseball is underway. All right, Hong Chang-gi steps in now. You've got the leadoff hitter on with runners on first and second, nobody out, and looks at a strike. 1 for 4 yesterday with a double, 0 for 1 today with a ground out to Moon Song Chol over its first base. And tries to bunt, but misses, and now it's 0-2. Yeah, I mean, I still can't believe LG lost yesterday. As KT Hong Chang-gi fouls that one away. I really can't believe LG lost yesterday. I thought of all the games that LG was going to play, yesterday was the biggest chance that they had to win. But this is their, I would say, their best chance so far. Thank you, Carlos. This is their best chance that they've had this series. First and second, nobody out, top of the lineup, and that's in the dirt. And a double steal. Big time. Double steal on a pitch in the dirt. 0-2 pitch. Didn't even have a chance to throw anybody out on that. The patented way that the KBO pitches, 0-2, they never try to get him out on 3 straight strikes, and now you've got a 1-2 pitch outside. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Again, KBO, they love to try to get them to chase on an 0-2 pitch. They rarely throw and go after a hitter, and it causes these pitch counts to go way up. But here comes the 2-2 pitch to Hong Chang-gi, and that's going to be a 4-3 putout, but LG's going to get one back. Give up a run to get an out, and we've got a little 4-3 ground out RBI, and KT is shrinking that lead 2-1. Big double steals. Not only did the double steals move the runners 90 feet ahead, it also took away what would have been a double play. All right, Shin-Min Jae steps in. He had a double yesterday, 2 for 3. 0 for 3 or 0 for 1 today with a 4-3 ground out. Looks at strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. Again, LG has to tie this up here. You know, the infield is in. You got a really fast runner at the plates, a contact hitter. They should be able to get something. We'll see. Here comes, and that's through the drawn in infield. And just like that, it is a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. Tie game. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got ourselves a baseball game. I said that this one was probably going to be a lot more high scoring. I don't think the drawn-in infield probably would not have mattered much. They would have been able to score anyway. Hong Chang or Moon Sung Ju would have been able to score. The outfield they probably wouldn't have been able to throw him out at first anyway. So not a big difference. We'll see what goes on now. 47 pitches for Song Baek. He struggled in the game against SSG. All right, Austin Dean steps in and he goes safe. And once again, they are just running all over this catcher, and he's going to review it. They want to review it as he literally slid right between his legs. Shin Min Jae and Shim Moo Jun. And easily in there by a glove. I don't know what's taking so long. Seemed pretty obvious to me. He was safe. Love this camera. That is 3 stolen bases in this inning alone. And now the double play is no longer intact. All right, Austin Dean with a runner in scoring position. 0 for 1 on the day. Popped up to the second baseman, and that's ball 1, 1-1. Again, Song Baek on Tuesday. 4.2 innings, 73 pitches, gave up 2 runs. Right now he's at 49 pitches. That was pitch number 50, right at the shortstop. Grabs it, throws in time, and 2 away. Again, what that stolen base did was keeps them out of the double play. So the double steal back at the beginning of the inning kept them out of the 4-3, what could have been a 4-6-3 double play to leave 1 out. You get the single by Shin Min Jae that scores a run, but then the Austin right there, the ground out would have left them at 2-1 going into the 4th. But alas, here comes Moon Bo-kyung, steps in. Again, the number 4 hitter just batted last inning, and similar to the KT cycle. But 0-1, 2 outs. Moon Bo-kyung walked in his first at-bats, but was stranded on the bases. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And catches the top of the zone, 0-2. Who is Moon and Woo? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. All right, the 0-4. And 1-2. Moon and Woo. I thought it was Moonbo Mool, as in Moon Treasure. as the 2-2. Okay, yeah, that's the one I knew. Why Moonanu? And now we've got another full count. He had a full count last inning and walked, and now he's got a second full count. All right, the 3-2 swing and a miss, and that's a huge strikeout as he gets out of the inning with a runner on second. They get a leadoff, 2 leadoff singles, 2 stolen bases, and are able to get 1 home on a groundout. And we will go to the 4th inning. It's tied up, ladies and gentlemen. It's tied up. It is 2-0. 2-2. Ah. Yeah, when he plays well. I know. I admit I know nothing about Korean celebrities. I will openly admit that I know nothing about Korean celebrities. 25 pitches there for Bom Song-baek. They leave another one on. They've left JT's left 3 on. LG's left 2 on. Right, it gets my stats all underway. All right, Im Chang-gyu back out on the mound. Let's see here. All right. Kim Sung-soo leads things off, looks at strike 1, and yeah, 0 for 1 on the day, fouled out to the first baseman in his first at bat, looks at strike 2 on the outside, and it's 0-2. 56 pitches through the first 3 innings for Im Chang-gyu. KT has scored 1 in the last 2 innings, as that one is outside, 1-2. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Popped foul, and it stays 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball. OG1 grabs, throws, and 1 away. 6-3 on your scorecard for those of you that aren't familiar with where the players are. Im Chang-gyu, renewed life now that he's not in line for the loss. Stepping in now, Bae Jung-dae. Bae Jung-dae with a single, a stolen base, went to third on an error, and came home on an RBI single, and that was the first run of the game. First pitch in there for a strike on the curveball, 110 on the old gun. All right, the 0-1 pitch. And just catches the bottom of the zone, 0-2. Yeah, that LG bullpen is kind of suspect. Uh not and that is lined, just hooks foul, and the ball boy's got to make himself run out onto the middle of the field, and it stays 0-2. Yeah, the LG bullpen is very, very suspect. Not as bad as the Kia bullpen. I think if obviously Kia is the definitely has the best chance at winning the Korean series, just because they're automatically there. But if they do have a downfall, it's gonna be because of that pitching staff. Uh, they just have not been very good, despite what the the fans that voted in everybody for the All-Star game say. As he misses his spot badly, but misses it fast, and that's 2 away. That's going to bring up Wang Jae-gyun. Wang Jae-gyun with an RBI single back in the second inning. His only hit so far this postseason. And he crushes that one. But it's a souvenir for the fans in the upper deck, but foul. Da, 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 da. All right, the 0-1 pitch to the third baseman, and he bloops that one over as Shin-Min Jae is not able to grab it, and he's gonna run to. He's not gonna go to second. As Austin Dean with the heads-up play. The absolutely heads-up play there by Austin Dean as Shin-Min Jae and OG Wan were all running out way into the grass. He's not able to make the play. Park Min heads in to second, but Austin had rotated over. All right, so and once again, a 2-out single. And Shimu Jun will step in. Yesterday, 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Today, he lined out to the third baseman to end the second inning. The throw in from left field was absolutely awful. It made it about halfway before it spiked into the ground. But here comes the first pitch, misses outside, and it's 1-0 to the shortstop. 250 on this postseason. They've got to get some production from the bottom of this lineup too. Is they back pick? Not in time. Park Dong-won staring down at first base like he's Yadier Molina. Wang Jae-gyun, I don't know who he thinks he is, but anyway. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch from Im Chang-gyu, and nope, we're going to have another check over on Wang Jae-gyun over at first. He is not the fleet of foot third baseman that apparently they think he is. He does have 4 stolen bases on the season, but he's also been caught 6 times. And was also thrown out yesterday. A swing and a miss there, and it's 1-2. Kim Chang-gyu has got that changeup moving. And the 1-2 chopped. Moon Bo-kyung grabs it, throws to first in time, and they leave another runner on. They get the 2-out single, but he doesn't go anywhere, and we will head to the bottom of the 4th. KT now has left a runner on base all 4 innings. The 2 innings that they've had hits with runners on base, they scored runs. So we will have the bottom of the 4th coming up. 56 pitches from Sung Baek for the KT starter. Don't know how many more he'll be able to throw or how far he'll go. I imagine that if he runs into any sort of trouble, they will go to the bullpen. Alrighty. We're back. Austin, ding, ding, ding. All right, first pitch to the first baseman, not able, and throws it away. As that should be 2 errors on my book, and they've got a runner on first as Moonsong Chol is not able to field it cleanly. Then once he fields it, he throws it away. And that should be 2 errors, as he should have an error on the fielding and an error on the throwing that allowed him to get to a second base. Tries to grab it, then drops it when he tries to grab it, then decides to just throw it over to the dugout. And now they've got a runner on seconds, and this is what this is what I talked about in my preview video the other day about KT's defense, and that is Kim Hyun-soo 0 for 1 today, 0 for 5 in this series. Can the bottom of this lineup come through? As that's in there for a strike, 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch. And outside, 2-1. Oh. All right, so runner on second, nobody out. The captain is up. Yeah, they well, that's why he's down in the 6th spot now instead of, the 3, 4, 5 spots, as that's misses inside, and now it's 3-1. Park Hae-min, the only team Park Hae-min hit well against was Hanwha, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Yeah, just looking at Park, that was, yeah. 404 with 2 home runs against Hanwha on the season as Kim Hyun-soo chops that to the second baseman. 1 away, but that'll move him in to 90 feet from the go-ahead run. Oh my lord, was that the KT? Was that the LG manager smiling? Ladies and gentlemen, sound the alarm. Something is going on. All right, stepping up, Mr. Full Swing himself, Pak Dong-won. He realizes he just got caught. He's going to have to go into hiding. All right, here comes Pak Dong-won. 0 for 1, 0 for 3 yesterday. A single and a... No. Yeah, 0 for 3 yesterday. 1-3 ground out in his first at-bat. 0 for 4 in the series. 2 strikeouts. All right. Om Sang-baek really needs a strikeout here. Pak Dong-won is a guy that can easily either put LG up 4-2 or 3-2 with a long fly ball, but he is also a guy that strikes out a lot. He's got to get a strikeout here. Goes over, and that is not a strikeout. That is going to be a double to score a run, and LG is going to take the lead in the bottom of the 4th as Pak Dong-won finally comes through with his first hit of the series, and that is another error that led to a run for LG. Man, I feel like I predicted this game. What is my I'm pretty sure, yeah. My thumbnail for this this stream, pretty much I feel like I predicted it. Says that misses 1-0. Wang Jae-gyun and Pak Dong-won on the old thumbnail. Players are going to start having to pay me to put their picture on my thumbnails for my live streams as the 1-0 misses low 2-0. Suddenly going to have to start opening up my own business to take player donations for putting their pictures on my live streams. Is that's a strike at the top of the zone. The power of the old random American hanging out in Daejeon as that's popped up. Moon Sang-chul over in foul territory and 2 away. Oh god, I hate those jackets so much. I hate those jackets with so much passion. All right, well, now 2 outs. Moon Sung-ju. A single in his 1 at-bat today. 1 for 4 now on the series. Stolen base, a run scored. Looks at ball 1. And that's in there for a strike. Moon Sung-ju just reminds me of, looks like Rookie of the Year standing in the batter's box shaking Like he's afraid of, of what's going to happen. All right, the 1-1 pitch misses inside, 2-1. All right, the 2-1 pitch, and that is going to be a liner over the shortstop. Pak Dong-won going to round third and cruising home. And LG takes the 4-2 lead. Sparkle, that's a big win. Is that counting this run here? You got to have it 5-4, or was that before the run number 4? As LG's offenses come alive. I had to wait to see where he was. It's pretty even. I think Austin's a better hitter. Davidson has more power. All right, Hong Chang-gi looks at ball 1 and looks at strike 1 on the inside. She should have used glossier markers for that jacket photo. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Hong Chang-gi. Swing and a miss. That's 1-2 now. Pitch number 75 there from Sang-baek. That seems like a really strange pick. You want LG to score more runs than KT, but you want KT to win. I'm wearing my Eagles uniform. Look at that. Hanwha Eagles uniform right there. And that's going to be a ground ball. 1-3. That ends the 4th, but not before LG puts up 2 more. I'm calling it 2 errors. I don't care what the official scorer says. That was 2 errors. 1 error on missing the fielding and another error on the throw that allowed him to move over. This is a collaboration. So I'll grab them real quick. It's a collab. Oh, you got Hanwha Eagles, a green hat there. Hanwha Eagles here. So a little collaboration thing that they did this year. So they have this one and they have a black one. They don't wear them on the field. They're just like random. Yeah. Oh, these things are massive. Like because of the dreads, I have pretty massive head now. And I have to tighten them pretty close. All right, so we should be coming back here, top of the 5th inning. Im Chang-gyu still out there, I assume. I'm gonna have to assume. I actually have a very, so the weird thing is I have a very small head, but because of the dreadlocks, I have a massive head. As that Moon, and that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Kim Min-hyuk leading things off. He singled in his last at-bats, came around to score on the Kangbae-ko sacrifice. KT needs to get to one more back before the break here is that's fouled away, and it's 0-2. And Hernandez warming up in the bullpen. Okay, my head is efficient. I like it, as that's outside 1-2. Because they're owned by companies. They're not owned by, yeah, they're all owned by companies. As 1-2, fly ball, Moon Sung-ju under it, and one away. They're not owned by individuals like MLB. I'm pretty sure that up until this year, most KBO teams were just basically like a giant advertisement. Well, the only team that is Kiyoom. KBO doesn't make very much money, is why. All right, Rojas, 0-1 pitch. He singled in his last at bat, but was stranded on the base pass and pops that one up. Hakemin under it, and 2 away. Quickly, 2 down here in the top of the 5th as LG has scored 4 unanswered runs, and the mood on the team is massively changed. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I read was this is the first year that they all make a profit. I mean, it helps when, Hanwha, Kia, and Lotte are running around Korea selling out all the stadiums. And Samsung that's foul, 0-1. Samsung Baek still warming up. You gotta love the Chaebol. All right, Jang Sung-woo looks at ball 1. Actually, he didn't really look at it as he turned his head a little inside, close to his head for his liking. Jang Sung-woo, 1 for 2 on the day with a single in his first at-bat, struck out with runners on first and third in his last at-bats, and that's going to be a diving stop by the third baseman to throw in time to get the slowest man, whose 40-yard dash is clocked with a sundial. Good Lord, I could have gotten to first from my house in Daejeon before him. We will go to the bottom of the 5th. That's the first inning that KT has not had a base runner, and the first inning that KT has not left a base runner on. My Lord, was that a slow run. 8 pitches in that inning for Im Chang-gyu, and now he's at 79. Sung Baek will come back out now. He's at 76, 20 pitches in the last inning, 45 pitches in his last 2, as they just kind of unloaded in the last inning. Let's see. he should be coming back. I think that's right now. Oh, Omsong-baek coming back out. He will face the 2-3-4 hitters, re-rise. Yeah, like, did not... Like, I don't care. That catcher, I'm not a fan of the catcher anyway. I don't think anybody except maybe KT fans are a fan of that catcher. But Shin-Min Jae will step in. He had an RBI single in his last at-bats, a stolen base. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Fakes the bunt, pulls it back, and looks at ball 1, 1-0. Yesterday, 2 for 3. Today, 1 for 4. That leaves him 3 for 5. Way upstairs, 2-0. I'm actually kind of surprised that Omsong-baek is back out there. Yeah, they, you know, their earned runs, even though they were errors, just because they would have eventually scored, but he shouldn't have scored because it was a error that would have left him off the bases. I still don't understand what the hell the scorers drink before they start their day, because... Oh, no way. You've got to be kidding. They gave him a hit? They gave OG1 a hit in the last inning. That's why. Good Lord. KBO scorers must be sponsored by Chamashil, because that's the only reason to explain why you would give the guy a hit when he hit it to the first baseman who dropped it after he bobbled it. Only reason. Good Lord. The KBO scorers are drunk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a leadoff walk. No, you do not get a hit for that. Absolutely zero reason to give you a hit for that. And oh, finally, they're gonna make a pitching change, maybe? Well, a little late. Could have called that one easily, because, well, I'm smarter than 100% of the managers in the KBO. Why he was still out there, nobody knows, except maybe the managers were out drinking with the KBO scorers before the game started. Who knows? So we'll have a pitching change coming in to replace Omsong-baek. He will be responsible for the runner over at first, who he walked because he went back out there to pitch the 5th inning when he shouldn't have been out there. 81 pitches, 46 for strikes, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 4 runs, 4 earned officially, but it should be 4 runs, 3 earned. And Ju Guan will come out to try and get KT through the 5th inning, only being down by 1 or by 2. That was a quick break. We're back. All right, 48 games, 58 innings, 1-1 on the season. 6.67 ERA, 31 strikeouts, 14 walks, and 7 souvenirs of the fair variety. We'll get rid of the strikeouts for the KT pitchers. He didn't have a bad season, though. 4.68 ERA at 13-10. But I mean, teams need pitching so bad. All right, Austin Dean stepping in. In his career, he is 0 for 8 against Juguan. 0 for 2 on the day. And looks at a ball one inside. Austin, ding, 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 ding. Does this work? Oh, sweet. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Mr. Austin Dean. Maybe. And that's outside at 2-1. I'm so amazed by my lights. I love them. I swear I just streamed so that I can buy more gear. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch to Mr. Austin Dean, and that's way upstairs. 3-1, and the umpire makes sure that the pitcher sees his sweet tape job on his wrist. Shin-Min Jae might be going. You mean like, well, I wonder if that's just because the KBO is so small, you know, with just 10 teams. As 3-1 fouls back and runs the count full. Be the 4th full count of the day for LG. Earlier on the day, they walked one, struck out one, and grounded out on one. They're 0 for 2 in full counts. Warming up in the bullpen is E-Song somebody and Oogyu somebody. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Austin wagging the bats back and forth, sets up on the outside, throws it away, and another error by KT. Good Lord, can this team possibly have some more errors? I still love this angle. Go. Slide. Do you think players just want to slide into second just so that they can go back and watch that? All right, now the 3-2 pitch popped up. Rojas running over, but that's going to drop down, and Shin-Min Jae is rounding third. Rojas the throw in time, out. What a throw by Rojas. They're going to replay it, but good Lord, what a throw. Wow. What a throw. Rojas gun Yang Sung Won home at in the wild card. Cannot see anything. Is he safe? I think he's out. Yeah, he's out. What a throw by Rojas. Yeah, he's out. I will say this, the catcher made an excellent play there as he's catching it as he's going down. What a throw by Rojas. That's like a game-changing play right there. After your pitcher throws the ball away on a pickoff, moves to second, that's the only reason why he was even able to go to home. And Moonbo Young pops that one to Wang Jae-gyun. And Austin is able to get back. Yeah, I can't believe he didn't go for seconds. Yeah, that's what I was really surprised at. That's why I left the the highlight on second base. But wow, what a play by Rojas! All right, OG1 steps in, looks at ball one. He reached on an error. I don't care what the hell the drunk KBO official scorer says. That was an error. Moved to second on another error. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Don't look at the 1 for 2 on the score thing up at the top unless you're gambling, because he is not 0 for 2 in any league in the world except the KBO. As Austin is going to move first to third, and OJ Hill cruises into seconds with a 2-out double. And the fact that Austin did not go to seconds on the throw by Rojas might cost LG, because that would have been he would have been able to score there. Kim Hyun-soo will step in now. He is 0 for 6 in this series, and we're going to get another pitching change. As this game is gonna be high scoring. Let's see who's coming in now. Im Chong-gyu just hanging out over there in the dugout for LG. Too dang many. Let's see. KT. Who do they have left on the bench? Let's see. Go Young-pyo, no. Kim Min, yes. Kim Min-soo, yes. Park Young-hyun, yes. The thing is most teams you only need 4 starters. You only need 4 starters for the playoffs, at least the first 3 rounds. Because you have 2 games travel day, 2 games travel day, 1 game. So you really only need 4 starters. The Korean series is a little bit trickier because you have 2 day off, 2 day off, 3. So obviously, depending on if there is any sort of rain outs or rain delays or anything like that. What a throw by Rojas. Gives him the Dikembe Mutombo wag. Don't you do that. Not in my house, ladies and gentlemen. Not in my house. So, Lee Sang-dong out on the mound. 29 games, 32 innings, 0-1, 3 holds, 5.34 ERA, 30 strikeouts, 17 walks, 3 home runs given up. And Kim Hyun-soo, first pitch, pops it up. Bae Jung-dae at the warning track, and that will be 3 away. We'll go to the break, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in just a minute. Enjoy your fried chicken song.
Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Tennessee, guaranteed, it's okay with me. I want it hot, deep fried, I'm on the Memphis side. Hot wings, hot thighs, all southern fried. It all sounds heavenly, this old-time recipe. It's fried chicken, it's finger licking, the time is ticking. So cook some southern food for me, a bucket just for me. This won't feed a family, it's all I want, all I need, just make hastily. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Tennessee, guaranteed, it's okay with me. I want it hot, deep fried, I'm on the Memphis side. Hot wings, hot thighs, all southern fried. It all sounds heavenly, this old-time recipe. It's fried chicken, it's finger licking, the time is ticking. So cook some southern food for me, a bucket just for me. This won't feed a family, it's all I want, all I need, just make hastily. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Fried chicken.
Alright, we should be coming back, I believe, I hope, I think. We'll find out in just a few seconds. Yeah. Jungmin Chul, superstar Hanwha Eagles. Why the pink tie? Why the pink tie? Why? All right, KT will start the bottom of the sixth with Kangbae Ko up. All right, Kangbae Ko, first pitch in there for a strike. Kangbae Ko 0 for 2 today, or sorry, 0 for 1. Grounded out to the pitcher, but sacrifice fly to the left, scored a run in his second at bats. Fouls, that's one away, and it's 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Kangbae Ko, says throw it in the ground. He does, and he lines it to the third baseman, and one away. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. We'll see if that Austin not going to second, if it does anything. All right, Moonsong Chol steps in. He's over 2. Oh, no. We're having a pinch hitter here. Moonsong Chol not hitting instead. Chung Sung Ho. Oh, Moonsong Chol 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts. Outside of the home run yesterday, he has been a huge liability offensively. I'm actually surprised that he didn't start today, as it is 2-1 now. I'm actually surprised he didn't start today. OJL started both games against Doosan because there was a righty on the mound. But because he hit the home run yesterday, they started him today. And he struck out twice in his 2 at-bats. Chun Sung Ho against Im Chong-gyu in his career, 2 for 5. And looks it's ball 3 on the inside, 3-2, and another full count. That's the 5th full count of the day for KT, the 5th for Im Chong-gyu. The 2 for 4 so far with a strikeout, a ground out, and 2 singles. And that's going to be a foul ball. Keeps it 3-2. And I think my chair fell down. Again, big off season for me coming up. Gonna have to buy myself a better chair after, I don't know, 6-7 years. I think it's time for a new chair. A little more luxurious chair than this, as that's filed away. Pitch number 90 there for Im Chong-gyu. Getting 6 innings out of him would be fantastic. They were not able to get 6 innings out of Inns yesterday. He ran into some extra trouble here in the top of the 6th yesterday. KT hoping to do the same thing, as that's fouled into his foot and stays alive. Hernandez waiting in the wings. He has moved to the bullpen, something that I really think a lot of teams should be able to do. I think they would get more out of having a relief pitcher that's a foreigner that can pitch 3 to 4 times a week, than as that is lined right into center field, and that'll be a leadoff, or not a leadoff, but a 1-out single. And are they going to run into problems again here in the top of the 6th by leaving their starting pitcher out there too long? But yeah, this is something I really wish teams would look at more. There again, KBO is very traditional in the fact that even things don't work, they keep doing it because that's the way they used to do it. So they continue to keep doing it even though it's stupid. As that's going to be the end of the day for him. Im Chong-gyu done after 92 pitches and 5 1/3 innings, as he gets the chance going from the team. He is in line for the win, no matter if that's run scores, as they decide they're not going to do the same thing that they did yesterday. So Kim Sang-soo will lead things off. Hernandez will come in. I believe Hernandez. I'm going to guess Hernandez. I'm going to guess. Yes, Hernandez comes in. Again, I think the difference between most of these teams really struggle with their bullpen. There's just not enough pitchers for a 10-team league. I think that if teams would go to, certain teams, not all teams can do this, but there are some teams that have guys that should be able to do this. because they have enough actual pitching from their Koreans. But one game here in the postseason, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts yesterday. Pitched extremely well yesterday when he came in. Will he be able to do that 2 games in a row? We will find out. He's pitched multiple games. Just the other day, I mean, if we're talking about multiple games from Hernandez, just the other day, again, he started the first game of the doubleheader against Doosan, lasted 5 pitches before he hit Hog Young-min in the head, was ejected, and then came back and pitched the end of the game, the second game of the doubleheader, and ended up getting the save. So he got the loss in the first game and the save in the second game, and first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch to Kim Sang-soo, 0 for 2 on the day, and goes upstairs, 2-1. Sorry, 1-1. I live in Korea, so I watch it on regular TV, but if you go to the description of this video, it'll tell you how to watch if you're outside of Korea. All right, the 1-1 pitch, and that is lifted into right. That's going to be right at Hong Chang. Oh, it drops in front of Hong Chang-gi as he must have lost it in the lighting or something. And that's going to put runners on first and second as it looked like he was just floating right over to it. And then suddenly he stopped and it dropped in front of him. As that is... Again, it looked like he's over, and then he puts his glove up, drops his glove down as the ball comes down. And good Lord, the defense is on display in the KBO today. Yeah, like it definitely has to be a lost in the lights thing, but Bae Jung-dae now steps in and he looks at ball 1. Not an error. Yeah, I mean, it's, what, 4 o'clock right now? But the lights are on because of the rain and the clouds. But here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's low. Oh, wow. Apparently a stitch was loose on that ball and caught the strike zone. And it's 1-1. Yeah, Hong Chang-gi is, I would say, as far as Koreans go, he is definitely, I would say, the best right fielder in Korea in the KBO. Bae Jung-dae looks at ball 2 outside, 2-1. Hernandez moved to the bullpen mainly because he does struggle with command when he was starting. Has done much better in terms of pitching out of the bullpen. But with LG, they have 2 to 3 Korean starters, so they can do this. As Bae Jung-dae fouls that one away, and it's now 2-2. On the season with runners on first and second, he's 333. 12 for 36 with 13 RBIs as my calf is cramping up right now. And oh my Lord, I want to kick something. But first, the 2-2 pitch and another foul ball. Got to run that pitch count up, and that is a very important thing here. Running that pitch count up against Hernandez because, again, he did pitch yesterday. You know, plenty of time off for LG, but did pitch 2 innings yesterday, 27 pitches, but that includes warming up in the bullpen, warming up in between innings, as that's a swing and a miss. And 2 down now, as they continue to struggle with runners in scoring position. Hernandez did pitch 27 pitches yesterday, but again, that was 2 innings, and so that doesn't include warming up in the bullpen, and he warmed up for a long time in the bullpen, then coming in, pitching, then warming up in the bullpen before Yeah, he was throwing over 150 yesterday. As that one is changeup is 129 way upstairs. As that one misses low, 2-0. Yeah, I know he hit 152. He might have hit 153 yesterday, but the fastest I've seen today is 149. He seems to be going more off speed. We'll see what he does here. Wang Jae-gyun, 2 for 2 today, and pops that one foul, and it's 2-1. Single in an RBI, single in his first at bats, RBI in his or single in his second at bats. Looking for another single here to should be able to score 1 run. Chung Sung-ho has plenty of speed. Kim Sung-soo has some speed, but that's not going to do it as he swings and misses on the 148. Wang Jae-gyun had a brief time with the San Francisco Giants, but did not perform. Came back, leads the league in dirty looks, and the 2-2 pitch, that's foul. Just foul down the third base line as the third baseman is able to catch it. He's way out in front of that. He was geared up for that 148 fastball. This is the game here. Oh, look at that. There we go. Right on cue. I talk about the San Francisco Giants and they throw it up on the board. They know what I'm doing. And that's popped up, and it's still 2-2. Got 151 on the gun there. Hernandez was trying to throw it past him, but not quite able to. All right, the 2-2 pitch to Wang Jae-gyun. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt in the other batter's box, and he gets 2 on, but they strand them both, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The LG still up 4-2. I don't know. But between him and the catcher for KT, they don't have the best reputations with the ladies. And let's see. Again, KT just not getting it done with runners in scoring position. One for 4 on the day. Trying to do some calculations here. Yeah, he came out of the bullpen a lot actually towards the end of the year. They have 3 Korean starters. Im Chang-gyu ends obviously the foreign starter, but they also have I can't remember what is his name? Song Ju Young? Yeah, Sonju Young also to be able to pitch. So, yeah, Chaewon Tae, but he hasn't pitched that well lately. Yeah, Sonju Young should start the first game, and then Chaewon Tae. But again, Chaewon Tae starting with Hernandez in the bullpen is a better situation than Hernandez starting and Chaewon Tae in the bullpen. So, but first pitch there outside. Lee Sang-dong is still out there. Park Dong-won, a 2-run double in his last at-bats. Or sorry, an RBI double in his last at-bats. 1 for 2 on the day, as that's in the dirt. Yeah, Chaewon Tae started, was it the last game he started, I believe, was against Hanwha. Maybe? Yeah, against Hanwha. And took the loss. As that misses in the dirt, and it's 3-0. He is not going to be swinging. Mr. Full Swing is going to be Mr. No Swing on this next pitch. So, I'm going to guess that your name is Ben. As the 3-0 pitch misses, and that's ball 4, and another leadoff batter on base for LG. They have had a leadoff batter on the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and now the 6th. Who would be your favorite LG player? As you seem to be a giant LG fan. As we will have another pitching change. Because they are the rage, ladies and gentlemen. They are the rage. We'll find out who comes. Hong Chang-gi. Makes sense. Hong Chang-gi. Hong Chang. Good old Hong Chang-gi. He is the definition of a leadoff hitter, honestly. Righty. Who's on? They got the little song dong yun. This postseason, 2 games, 2.2 innings, 1 hold, 2 strikeouts. Yeah, I mean, the guy leads the league in on-base percentage and walks from the leadoff spots. That's why they score so many runs. Solid defense. Good on the base pass. I mean, he's not a big stolen base threat, but good enough. And Park Hae-min will lead things, or will step into the box. Runner on first is Park Dong-won, the catcher. And he drops down the bunts. Doesn't throw as an error again. And once again, the KT defense I'm sure they'll give him an infield hit because the pitcher had to breathe while running. I'm sure they'll give him a hit. No, they didn't. Three errors? No, 4 errors, ladies and gentlemen. 4 errors. Any of you wagering on this game? Did you have 5 errors in the game on your over? because that probably pays pretty well. But that's going to bring up Moon Sung Ju. He is 2 for 2 on the day with there goes another bunt, but foul. That's where they went a couple years ago when Subaru took over. Is they went to Arizona whenever he was running things. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch to Moon Sung Ju. 0 for 3 on the day, or 0 for 3 yesterday. 2 for 2 yesterday with a stolen base, an RBI, 2 singles. The 6 to, well, I should say not the 6 to 7, but the 7, 8 to 9 guys have definitely been coming through. Very important here to bunt. You got to go, first and seconds, nobody outs. Guys 2 for 2 on the day, and you're going to bunt. As he drops it down, they're going to go to first. Barely, as that's 1 away and moves the runners over. Very important to bunt here. And they're going to walk him. They are going to walk Hong Chang-gi, and that will load the bases, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what's surprising, though, is, so he got injured, but he still DH'd. And when he was DHing, he was in the second spot of the lineup. But then when they took him out of DH, and he suddenly had to start batting in the bottom of the order, and they moved Shin-Min Jae up. Kind of a little... I probably will not be going back to the U.S. I did travel back to the U.S. in 2017. All right, Shin-Min Jae. Interesting choice here to walk him. Shin-Min Jae is very fast, so doubling him up is not easiest thing. But they're gonna try to come home to get the force at home. And here comes the first pitch. Misses 1-0. Question for you: are you gonna be coming back to Korea? And that's outside and upstairs 2-0. Let's just change passports. I'll take your Korean passport, you take my American passport, and everybody wins. All right, to the 2-0 pitch. Well. All right, the 2-0 pitch. That is lined foul. I do not have a Korean passport. I have my long-term residency, but no passport. You sound like every other Korean I've ever talked to. You gotta get a Korean wife. Now, I'm like, if it wasn't for the ridiculousness that I have to earn twice as much as every other average Korean in order to have permanent residency, I would have permanent residency. Which university are you gonna go to? All right, the 2-1 pitch. Mary Kate, you want me to live your dream? And the 2-1 misses low, 3-1. All right, the 3-1 pitch. And that's lined into left field. And then the air on the left fielder as it nutmegs him, rolls. And that's going to score 3 as Shin-Min Jae has a single, a two-base error. And it is 7-2. Good Lord. Can we get some defense in Seoul? Good Lord, as the apartment song is rocking in Seoul. Good Lord. Nutmeg! All right. Man, you might as well. We've got another pitching change here. Is good Lord, 5 errors. 5 errors. Wow. Nutmegs right through the left fielders. Man. Well, KT is their closer is at least happy as he's gonna finally get a chance to take a. Yeah, the official score says 4, but he gave a hit to OG Wan, who grounded it to the first baseman, who dropped the ball or bobbled it and then dropped it trying to pick it up, and then picked it up and then threw it to the dugout, and they gave him an infield hit and an error on the throw. No, it's not. Again, the official score says 4 errors, but no, it's 5. Anybody in the world would have given the first baseman 2 errors. 1 because he bobbled the play, which allowed the runner to make it to first, and then the throw allowed the runner to go to second. Yeah, 5 errors. Ugyu Min steps in. Thank you, whoever is doing that. Ugyu Min, 45 games, 43.1 innings, 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 save, 4 holds, 249 ERA, 39 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 1 home run given up. And that's in there for a strike. Austin, ding, 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 ding. All right, Austin steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the day. As that's fouled straight back. It's not the 3 teams in Seoul thing. It's the only reason why the NC Dinos got a team was because they incorporated 3 cities into one to make one big city to have 1 million people. And then KT is the newest team. And while they're not in Seoul, they're in Gyeonggi-do, which is right there in the Seoul area. But the 0-2 pitch fouled straight back, and it stays 0-2. Yeah, the 8 teams would be ideal. Definitely ideal. But I think the bigger problem is there's no development of players. They just rush them. They don't develop them. They still have the same training systems from the 1980s. Like, they still have, I mean, just think about, as the 0-2 pitch is fouled away. If you think about, like, if you look at a Korean baseball player, you would not think that they're an athlete. Like, they do not look like baseball players. They do not look like athletes. Their training, Yeah, but you can still hop on the subway. Like, you can get it by the subway. But here comes the 0-2 pitch to Austin Dean, and that's going to be a chopper foul. Would have scored a run, but instead we're going to have another 0-2 pitch. Yeah, I mean, you look at the KBO players. There's very few players that I would look at and be like, oh, you look like an athlete. All right, so once again, another 0-2 pitch to Mr. Ding 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 Ding. All right. Who you mean? And the pitch lifts that one. Rojas is coming in. He's going to grab it. Are they going to try it again? No, they say, we learned our lesson. That one they probably wouldn't have scored because the ball wasn't thrown on line. Well, not only that, but if you think about the good pitching prospects, like last year, the number 1 and the number 2 pick, where did they? They're like, screw the KBO. We're going straight to the MLB. The development of players in the KBO is so far behind that they know, and the posting system, like players are like, why would I hang around the KBO for 6 or 7 years to not be able to go to the MLB because I don't get any sort of, as that's a pitcher calling for it. He takes it, kicks up the old rosin bag, and we will go to the 7th. LG opening the floodgates. It's 7-2 LG. Yeah, the honestly, the development of players is pretty bad in the KBO. They just don't. They rush them. They really. It feels like once they get to the KBO, to the first league, their development kind of really just hits the brakes. So last year, the top two picks that would have gone in the top 2 picks went to the Dodgers and the Red Sox on international signings. They're like, well, if they stick in the KBO, what's going to happen? Think about pitchers that have made the jump to the KBO. Obviously, most recently, Kim Kwang-hyun and Yang Young-jung both made, but they didn't stick for very long. Oh Sung-hwan made the jump, but he didn't stick for long. The KBO players that have made the jump, Lee Dae-ho didn't last very long. Wang Jae-gyun didn't last very long. Other players, Kim Ha-sung obviously has made it, and he's still there, but what's going to happen this year now that he's in a free agent? Are they going to, actually exercise the option? They just did. I believe they just did. They changed it a couple years ago, or at least the free agency rules. They did also change the posting system, but they've got to revamp something, as Hernandez is still out there. Rain is coming down a little bit harder, it looks like. Shimu-jun looks at ball 1-1. Yeah, the Korean fans often talk about they relive the glory days of the 2008 Olympics. And those Olympics had some of the greatest players in KBO history. Is it 2-1 or 2-2? As Austin gives chase and makes the catch. Yeah, but the thing is like, if you look at the KBO teams, they're not getting better internationally. Yeah, so yeah, they don't make it out because they're not getting better because they're still using the same philosophy, training, and playing that they did. So in the early 2000s, they haven't advanced the game. They certain players are better. And it's the plateau is because they're doing the same thing. I mean, again, as a Hanwha fan, obviously I have experience with always being awful, but that's because they do the same thing constantly. They don't change anything. They don't improve. They just bring in different players and different managers and still follow the same thing. And it's frustrating. And obviously, I'm not Korean, but obviously, it's still I'm still going to root for the Korean team. And to watch it is as a baseball fan first is really difficult. But anyway, the 3-1 pitch, and that's way upstairs. And ball 4 to Kim Min Hyuk, as again he was the owner of the nutmeg in the last inning that allowed extra runs to score for LG. But yeah, honestly the Korea, I don't see any advancements. Sure, some guys are throwing harder. And if you listen to the broadcast, a lot of them are constantly talking, 150, 152, 156. But they're talking, 156. But the ball went to the backstop because it was so badly thrown. Yeah, I watched a video the other day about Lewis Brinson, who was a top prospect in the MLB, and he went to Japan and he talked about that. He talked about how great everybody loves baseball, how the players are just so bought in and everything about it. And as the first pitch to Hernandez to Rojas is in there for a strike. Rojas 1 for 3 on the day. Flew out to center field in his last at bat, single and a ground ball to Austin over it way back in the first inning, and looks at ball 1 outside, 1-1. Yeah, the development for the Korean players just really isn't there, and it's the same thing. It's the good old boys running things, and they're just changing, just moving it around a little bit. They're not adding any new ingredients. They're just mixing up the same crap and think that's mixing it up. No, absolutely not. Again, why would they change? Like, Moon Sung-ju, he just hit he was 2 for 4, 2 for 3 today. But here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's low, 2-2. The thing is if I remember watching baseball, and after they got destroyed in the Olympics, so many Korean fans were like, I don't want to watch baseball anymore. And then the WBC, where they just sucked at the WBC, so many people were like, I don't even want to watch baseball anymore. They just wanted to watch soccer. As just missed. Moon Dong-ju is a Hanwha pitcher. Moon Dong-ju actually pitched well after he came back. As that's ball 4, and Hernandez is walked 2 runners. He's now thrown 31 pitches. Again, 27 yesterday, 31 today. Lee Jung-hoo, I think he'll be fine. His bat control is so good that I don't know if he'll, that's the thing is, will he be an all-star? Yeah, I don't know. But, Moon Dong-ju, They're going to keep him out there. 57 pitches, 58 pitches. I'd keep him out here to face this guy too. Jong Sung-woo 0 for 3 yesterday with 3 strikeouts, 1 for 3 today with a strikeout. As the rain is coming down a little bit more. 1 out, runners on first and seconds. And that is a fly ball to center field. Is he going to tag up? He is going to tag up, but nope. He's going to stay. As once again, the catcher for LG, or sorry, the catcher for KT does not come through. They really have got to change something in that order. He just is not getting it done whatsoever. Oh yeah, Kim Hyun, but he's gonna be a reliever. That's all he's ever gonna be able to be. He throws hard, but he's a thrower. He's not a pitcher. He's gonna end up in the bullpen as that misses low. 1-0. Kong Baeko 0 for 3 today, or 0 for 2. 2 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 2 today with a 1-3 ground out and a liner to the third baseman. Does have a sacrifice fly RBI as that's a swing and foul, 1-1. Yeah, they keep drafting the same pitching prospects, you know? Again, you had Wang Jun Seo drafted before. Jo Dong-wook was the 2nd round pick. Kim So-hyun was a 1st round pick. Moon Dong-ju was a 1st round pick. Yeah, isn't he now like just relegated to the bullpen? As that's misses upstairs, 2-1. And 36 pitches today, 27 yesterday. Yes, he's a starter, but I've assumed this has got to be his last batter. As that is popped up and goes foul, and it's 2-2. Yeah, I really think if a team, and this is kind of with SSG brought in Trey Hillman and he completely changed that, like the philosophy and the way to play in that team, and they just dominated. But then you have, you know, as that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. He grabs it, throws to shorts and out. As Shin-min Jae is said, I would like the MVP of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Please just put my name on the thing right now. Needed to sneeze there a little bit. Sorry about that. But once again, more runners left on base. 0 for 2 once again with runners in scoring position for KT. They leave 2 more on base. No, he was the KT pitcher, right? Was Are you talking about who? No, who was the? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he played for Hanwha. Yeah, but didn't he played for? Uh who did he played in the MLB though? Okay, yeah. No, that was way, way, way before my time. I moved to Korea in 2014, so a lot of those early guys, when Hanwha was actually good, uh, uh, I don't really know very well. All right. We'll see. 5-run lead. Can they add to it, or and just LG's defense is just really the difference in today's game. All right. Who you mean is still out there? OG1 1 for 3, despite what the scores say. And that's outside. 1-1. Got a new catcher back behind the dents. Jo Dae-hyun is now catching. Thank God they finally decided to make a change, but it's way too late as that misses upstairs. Jo Dae-hyun. Oops, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. No. One thing I will say is, even though he didn't pitch great this season, as that's a swing and a miss there, even though he didn't pitch great, I will say he was great for the team. And I'm talking about the actual players themselves. Just his presence in the dugout was fantastic to watch. He was loose. He was enjoying himself. Even Hanwha lost, but what Hanwha needs is, one, not a 75-year-old coach. That's the first thing that they've screwed up on. But they need yeah, that's the thing is they will learn a lot from him, not just pitching, but also in like how they handle themselves. As that misses 1-1. And I think that's something that he can give more than just the pitching. Less bunting, more cheerleading, Mary Kate, as the 1-1 pitch. And that's chopped foul, 1-2. Kim Yeon-soo still looking for his first hit of this postseason. 0 for 3 today, 0 for 4 yesterday. We still plenty of baseball left. The LG bullpen, I've said it many times, not the best, as that is going to be our ground ball. Oh Yoon Suk over there at first, steps on the bag, and 2 away. Well, that's up. It used to be 2. They've made some changes. Kim Jin-young warming up, or Kim Jin-sung warming up in the LG bullpen. It used to be 2. So when I moved here, it was 2. It was 3 for new, or sorry, 4 for new teams. So like NC had 4, and then KT also got 4 when they first started, because they didn't have time to develop their players and draft and stuff like that. So they were allowed 4, and then after I think 3 years, they had to go back down to 2, or go down to 3. But they did change it a couple years ago. It used to be you had 3 guys. You could have 3 guys, 3 foreigners on your team. 2 had to be pitchers, or only 2 could be pitchers. As the 2-0 pitch misses inside, 3-0 to Park Dong-won. So they changed it to where, you could have 3 players, but only 2 could be pitchers. But only 2 could be on a scheduled roster or a game day roster at a time. As That is ball four, as Pak Dong Wan is unaware of the game of baseball. He's just listening to me talk. He's really interested in the history of the KBO, so he's listening to my broadcast in his ear as he's batting. But they changed it where now you can have all three appear in one game, which is why, like yesterday, Hernandez was able to pitch in a game where Austin Dean was over at first, Dietrich Enns started, and Hernandez was able to come in and relieve or pitch in relief. That wasn't something that was possible just a couple years ago. There's been talk of raising that. There's been talk of taking it to 4. There's been talk of allowing, as that's a ripped foul, and Shinmin Jae is now 1-1. There's also been talk of allowing Asians to not count towards the foreigners so that they could bring guys from Japan and Taiwan and things like that, and they would not count towards the foreign allotments. But nothing concrete yet, and the KBO is very well known for changing the rules in the middle. Again, a couple years ago, they were supposed to change it where teams could sign 2 foreigners for up to $300,000 and leave them in the second league, and try to develop them as the 1-2 outside at 2-2, where there was talk, where they could develop, so they could sign kids out of high school or out of college that didn't get signed to the MLB or the minor league system, and they could develop them and they could be in the second league and then come up if they needed to, if another foreigner went down. As that one has popped up, Oyun Suk under it, and that's 3 down. We'll go to the 8th. LG in control. They can't afford it. Some teams like Doosan and Kium don't have a lot of money. Teams like Hanwha and Samsung and LG, Alote, they have so many times. I mean, if you think about it, teams like the really good teams, or the teams with lots of money like Hanwha and LG, KT, SSG, Lotte, Samsung, Kia, they would just buy a bunch. What I would rather see is, I would rather see teams, not foreign players, but I would like to see teams implement foreign coaches in the second league, is what I would like to see. I don't think they need to, though. They don't need to. Every Korean would move to the MLB if they could. All right, back here, top of the 8th, KT down to their last 6 outs. Who would you rather have? Nick, would you rather have Peraza or Nick Williams? Kim Jin-sung out on the mound now. 1 game, 1.2 innings in this postseason. 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Oh Yoon-suk steps in. I love how everybody talks. He's like, he was really good at hitting foul balls, as that is fouled away right on cue. Oh Yoon-suk hitting 100 in this postseason. Oh, he was Peraza was done with the Eagles at the All-Star break. As the 1-1 pitch, as that's jumped and a liner caught by the second baseman, and that is 2 away. Teams figured out that all they had to do was throw him breaking pitches in at the bottom of the zone. That's literally what it is they figured out that they just had to throw him off-speed pitches, dropping out of the zone, and he would swing at them. O.J. Hill steps in and O.J. Hill fouls that out of play. Oh, he was like really, really, really good in the first couple months. But after he got hurt, basically he was good for 1 hit per game, if that. And the 1-1 pitch in there for strike 1 and 2. Oh, O.J. Hill pinch hitting here for Kim Song-soo, which will mean that Oh Yoon-suk will move to second. O.J. Hill will take his spots and move over to first. And that's fouled away. Yeah, Bears legend, Samsung legend, Yu Young Chan warming up in the LG bullpen. O.J. Hill and the 1-2 swing and a miss. 2 away. KT down to their last 4 outs. Yeah. She saw his actions against the Hanwha Eagles and decided it was time. All right, Baejung Dae 1 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts, a single, a stolen base. And the 0-1 pitch, that's going to be foul. 0-2. KT Wiz, KT Wiz. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch to Baejung Dae, and he lifts that into the air. That's trouble. And he's able to grab it 3 away. All right, well, we will go down to the bottom of the 8th. LG comfortably ahead with 0 signs of life from the KT. Because he wasn't very good when he started. He could never go 5 innings. He struggled with command. So they decided, hey, we'll put you in the bullpen, and he's been really good out of the bullpen. So yeah, that's no point in putting him into the starting rotation when they, 1, don't need him, and 2, he's not very effective. I'm going to make a guess here at some changes. We'll see if I'm correct. Why do you think that's? I would be surprised if Enns might come back, but he didn't really pitch fantastic so far. So we'll see. And again, it's tough when they bring these guys in the middle of the season because of a couple of reasons. One, they often bring in relievers. So these relievers are suddenly going from pitching 1 inning or 2 innings to, okay, now we want you to pitch 6 or 7 innings every game. And they don't have the time to build up and again, that's the biggest problem with Barria. There's many problems with him, but 1 game, 0.1 innings for Kim Min. And first pitch, ball 1. Moon Sung-ju, 2 for 2 on the day, and that's outside 2-2. And the 2-0 pitch catches the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Ends was so I think what a lot of people are looking at is they're looking at the ERAs and they're saying, oh well, his ERA is way higher than everybody else. Everybody's ERA was way up this year. The ball was changed. The ball is flying out. It's way easier. As that's a chopper to the second baseman that grabs it, throws, and 1 away. Yeah, I think now if you're throwing an under 3 ERA in the KBO, like I really think that you are an elite pitcher. 3 to 4 is a really really good pitcher. And then if you get over 4, if you're a 1 or 2 starter, that's not good enough. As far as foreigners, if your ERA is over 4 as a foreigner, it's probably not best to bring you back. 4 to 450 depending. As Hong Chang-gi flips that into center field, and that is another hit. 1 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 5 today. Yeah, but they're gonna again. Hernandez was a mid-season replacement, so I assume that most teams like Hanwha will obviously have to bring in at least 1. I know they're probably going to want to sign Weiss, but can they sign Weiss is another completely different question. But Shin-Min Jae steps in, looks at strike 1 as he tried to bunt, pulled it back, but it doesn't matter because it's still a strike. Shin-Min Jae, 2 RBIs and a single, RBI single, also a walk. He has had a fantastic day. Stolen base. Oh yeah, definitely. And I would also, Jared Young was a good mid-season replacement. Diaz seems to be doing well for Samsung, but the sample size is so small. Oh, from military duty? All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's a little bloop to left field and 2 away. Yeah, well, I mean, is Go Sok, is he going to come back? I know he's hanging around in the AAA or AA farm system. Yeah. But Austin steps in. He is 1 for 4 on the day with an RB with a single. As that's inside, ball 1, 1-0. Yeah, they 100% have to sign Austin. Yeah, like nobody can believe that he wins, and nobody can believe that LG accepted his it could accepted his low bid, but they're like, oh well, we'll just take some cash. I have a question for anybody actually watching the game. Why can somebody get Austin Dean a new helmet? Well, yeah, because he came back from injury too. All right, the 2-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Oh God, those. I wonder if people with like just the regular plastic LG Twins jackets, do they feel any jealousy for the people that have the plastic world Korean Series champion? And that's fouled away, 2-2. I can't wait to call a game next year when Lotte is starting the starting Hanwha's former shortstop. Does she have the plastic ones? All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that is fouled away. 2-2. Nick, you should have gotten the new era jacket. Like it's massive. The canvas, black canvas new era jacket, it's massive. Like I put it over my motorcycle jacket. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt, and that's going to bounce away, and he's going to cruise over to second base. And it's 3-2. Yeah, or like these uniforms would be great for you too because they're oversized. Like, I mean, look at the sleeve, it goes past my elbow. All right, the 3-2 pitch to Austin, and did he go? He did not. He knew he didn't go. He just started walking, tossed the bats. He's like, I am going to mentally persuade this first base umpire to call a ball. How do they call that a hit? I mean, it depends. Like everything depends on what they're gonna do with season tickets. Like, am I gonna have to fight everybody else to get a good season tickets? I don't want to do that. I I mean, I'm sure I'll go to some games, but I don't know how many games I'll go to. As the chopper back to the pitcher throws to first and 3 away. I just want to do cannonballs whenever when Hanwha hits home runs. I just want to do cannonballs. Another 2 left on. LG's left 9 guys on base. Yeah, I mean, so like I had my good season tickets because in 2018 when Hanwha sucked and Hanwha was awful and nobody wanted to go to Hanwha games, I got my season ticket in 2018 and I kept that season ticket until they went to half season tickets. So I had the chance to get my season ticket again, but I decided not to get it because I didn't like the guy next to me that was just literally the rudest Hanwha fan I've ever met in my life. And so I moved to a different spot, and then I've had that because it's right on the edge, so I'm close to the action. I'm front row. I have plenty of leg room. I have the aisle next to me. I don't have anybody blocking me. I can see the game really well. So, like, I watch the game really closely, even when Hanwha's not batting, and I want to. That's why I like my specific seats. I can't have a seat similar to that. Then I don't really want to go. Honestly, I don't want to. Like where these people are. That's not. I don't want to go sit there all season. Like I really don't even like these. These are the cheer sections for the LG and Doosan sections. Like that's so far from the stadium, or so far from like the actual field that that's not enjoyable to watch. As that's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Yu Young Chan out on the mound, 62 games, 63.2 innings, 7 wins, 5 losses, 20. Put that back up there. Put that back over there. Put that back up there. But it's 0-2 now to Wong Jae-gyun. And that's going to be a chopper foul. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The 0-2 pitch, Wong Jae-gyun. And now they're going to video replay whether that was fair or foul. All right. We'll do this again. Wong Jae-gyun, 2 for 3 on the day. 2 singles, an RBI, a strikeout. KT needs 5 runs before they get 3 outs. That is ball 1, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, way outside. 2-2. LG's bullpen making sure that the game doesn't end very soon. They're doing their best. And the 2-2 fouled away. Never a dull moment in the KBO. And the 2-2 pitch once again outside, 3-2 and another full count. Yeah. Another foul, 3-2. Yes. Finally, Mosaic and hopefully Ollie Marmol right out. And that's popped up. Shortstop OG1 under it, and 1 away. 2 outs remaining. Shimu Jun will step in. It is so important. Oh, foul. Fouled. He checked his swing, fouled it into Pak Dong Wan's helmet. Isn't it like Saturday nights or Sunday early morning there? All right. That's in there for a strike right down the middle. Should be 0-2. 아, 진짜요? 왜 KT 팬인데 왜 경기 안 갔어요? All right, the 1-2 pitch here. Again, they called it they called it a ball, but even though he check swinged, no, 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 no. My green is very, very bad. All right, the 2-2 in the dirt. 3-2. And okay, so the scorebug says it's 3-2, but the announcer said it's 2-2, and now it's 3-2 with the ball. Oh my lord. Let's get this thing going. As that's fouled away and stays 3-2. Another full count. And another foul. Loteria? I am not a big Loteria fan. I think I've been to Loteria one time, and that was at Seoul Station. And that is ball 4, and the LG bullpen has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. 2 full counts, and now a walk. Yeah, you gotta have a travel day. It's very difficult to go from Seoul to Suwon. No, I just never really. I'm not a big burger guy. That and McDonald's is literally like a block and a half from me, so it's so easy to order. Kim Min-hyuk steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a walk, but looks at strike one at the very top of the zone. 0-1. 네, 따이했어요. And swing and a miss. 0-2. 네. 한국어로 입력해요. 다 괜찮아요? 읽을 수 있어요? Alright, the 0-2. Swing, and that's 2 down. LG down to their final out to be able to take a 1-1 game into Suwon. Well, you know how traffic is on Sundays, Kenny. Well, they fly though. They don't have to take the luxury buses. All right, Rojas steps in. He is the last hope for the KT Wiz as he grounds that one and drops it. That'll go as an infield single, but that keeps the game alive. Rojasu. Vamos, Rojasu. Vamos, Rojasu. It's so difficult to get the last outs. I assume that's going to go down as a single. Not an easy play. All right, so we're going to have a pinch hitter here. And the pinch hitter looks at the ball, go right down the middle of the plate. Or is this is the catcher? Jo Dae-hyun? All right, Jo Dae-hyun looks at the ball one on the outside, 1-1. He got hurt, didn't he? Like, or was that maybe that was Thames? All right, the 1-1 pitch, way inside, hits him, and now, ladies and gentlemen, the bases are loaded for Kang Bake Ho. Good Lord. This is the KBO, ladies and gentlemen. This is the KBO. 근데 버스 타면 괜찮아요. 버스 주행자 있어요. Going from Seoul to Suwon is pretty easy on the bus because, you know, you have the giant bus lanes. And, you know, Sunday nights, everybody's going back to Seoul, and the teams will be leaving Seoul, so they'll be fine. 근데 주말에 모든 사람 서로 여행해요. 근데 이 팀 수원으로. I am. All right, swing and a miss and a pirouette, and that's 0-1. I'm speaking both. All right, Kang Bae-ko. Oh. 근데 영어, you have to write it in Korean. All right, the 1-1 pitch. That one was in the dirts. Yu Young-chan, 27 pitches already. Pitch number 28 coming up. 1-1. Whoa. Why? Whoa. That's... 아니요. 잘못해요. All right, fouled away. 1-2 now. Umpire's like, all right, give me 5 baseballs. If 5 baseballs doesn't get us through the end of this game, well, we're just gonna stop. All right, the 1-2 pitch, big time. And that's a liner. Jumps and makes the catch as he played that. Could not play it any worse, but he is able to jump and make the catch right as it goes over his head, and that will be the end of the game. LG takes the game 7-2, evens the series. That was awful to watch. That was not a nice play. No, that was a very lucky play. That was absolutely awful defense that he was very lucky to be able to make that play. But they very interesting game. KT again, just there they left the bases loaded. They have just not been able to get it done. That's all there is to it. They continue to leave runners on base. They left 11 runners on base today. Well, yeah, for you. So they leave 11 runners on base. They left runners on base in the first 4 innings. Then they went 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. So they couldn't leave any runners on base. Then they left 2 runners on in the 6th, 2 more on in the 8th. They went 1, 2, 3 in the 8th, but they loaded the bases in the 9th and left them all on base. They left 11 runners on base. Absolutely awful. Runners in scoring position batting from the KT Wiz. They struggled all series against Doosan with being able to hit with runners in scoring position or even hit with runners on base. They do it again. But Im Chong-gyu pitched well as a starter. They pulled him at the right time. They threw 92 pitches, 69 for strikes, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Awful defense everywhere in the entire league. is watching these two teams play absolutely awful defense. No, Tuesday. Oh, first postseason win. Yeah, again, they didn't hit well in the Doosan. They scored 4 runs early, and then they only scored 1 run in the second inning. But I will say this: KT is 1-1, 1-1 here. No, it should still be Tuesday morning because it's a 6:30 game since it's Tuesday. Wednesday though will be a 2 p.m. game, so just so you know. But yeah, so KT scored 4 and then they scored 1. Didn't do well. But KT is 1-1 in the series, and they had their number 3-4 pitchers versus LG, who had their first 2 pitchers. So LG has thrown out their best 2 pitchers and come away with a 1-1 versus KT, who's thrown out their 2 worst starters and are traveling back to Suwon with a 1-1 record. The team that wins the first game of the series usually wins, I think it's something like 88% of the time. So KT, even though they lost this game, they are still, I would say, in a good spot. They are set up to win the next 2 games. But if they don't win in Suwon, coming back to LG where Inz is going to be pitching is going to be very, very difficult them. So yeah, I mean, I actually have someone that is her parents are visiting, so I try to get tickets to Game 5 for him. I right at 6:00, I clicked the thing. 3,000 people in front of me, 42,000 people behind me, and when I finally got in 15 minutes later, it was completely sold out. So I don't think it's LG fans are going to definitely travel to Suwon, but all the KT fans that don't go to games during the regular season will suddenly be going to games as now that it's an important game. But yeah, all of those games are going to be sold out. LG fans will probably outnumber the KT fans just because, there's way more LG fans than there are KT fans. So, and without the fact that the KBO does not, like, I am a season ticket holder for Hanwha. I don't get first choice. I don't get any advantages for the postseason. So everybody that is buying tickets has to buy them there or buy them right when they go on sale. Season ticket holders do not get first dibs. They do not get any. Yeah, it's absolutely crap. Like, it's such a joke. So that means that there's obviously way better chance to have teams that have bigger fan bases to be able to get tickets to these games instead of having actual home field advantage, which the KBO doesn't think about and they don't care because Interpark, one of the ticketing companies, Interpark, actually has all the rights to the postseason games instead of Ticket Link, which is a way better service. And then you have LG that has their own, or Lotte that has their own, and then you have NC that has their own, and yeah, it's just a complete mess. There's no centralized system, which is what it is. But even grabbing tickets on Ticket Bay isn't too bad. But honestly, it's not. A lot of people, what they're looking at is, there's 45,000 for an outfield seats. But yeah, it's 30,000 for the outfield seats anyway. If you were to buy it then, the StubHub or equivalent is Ticket Bay in Korea. I went to in 2018 when Hanwha made the playoffs. Yes, some of you may not be able to believe it, but Hanwha made the playoffs sometime this millennia. Hanwha made the playoffs in 2018. I could not get tickets. Tried, but I ended up getting tickets to all three home games via Interpark, or not Interpark, but via the actual what do you call it? The secondhand markets. So I was able to get tickets on the secondhand market for not too much. So it was fine. But anyway, I know I don't. It's tough. Hanwha and Lotte are both really popular, but I will say Lotte is much more fair weather. Their fans really come out when they're good, and then they roll back under the seagulls, eat them or whatever. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Another fantastic stream. I will be back on Tuesday, 6:30 for game number 3. Also, I will be back for game number 4, as there will be a game number 4. But thank you guys. Thank you everybody for the broadcast. I will see you guys on Tuesday. And until then.